everyone, it's Emily here, and as I drive to work, I am going to attempt to start a book tag. I'm super excited about it. In the literary world, with agents and publishers and editors, there is this tag, which is the MSWL tag, which stands for Manuscript Wish List. And it's basically just them sharing what kind of books they would like to see people writing, that to come across their desks, books as they really would love to help spread the word about. And it's really fun because you can kind of see some insider info into the publishing industry, but also if you're a writer, it can give you an idea of maybe what publishers and agents and editors would be interested in your writing, and maybe even give you a few ideas of your own. And I was following this hashtag a couple weeks ago, and it made me start to think that, man, I would really love for there to be something similar to this for readers and for BookTube, and for us as readers, what kind of books we wish we could see published, what kind of books we wish existed. So I am creating the Books I Wish Existed tag, and it's going to be super easy because there's no questions, and it's just you talking about what books you wish existed. And I'm going to share with you today my list of books I wish existed, or at least the ones currently I wish existed, because that's what I've been thinking about lately. So first up, we have contemporary romance. So earlier this month in February, I binge reread all of the Anna and the French Kiss books in 2 days because I'm crazy. And it made me think, because I love Stephanie Perkins' writing style, and I also really like Rainbow Rowell's writing style and the way that they write romance. And I just love how cute they are, but also I feel like they're very organic. They feel so natural, and it gives you this sense of an idea that this could actually happen in real life. Or Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda is kind of that way too. The way the characters and the story is written, it's written so realistically and in such a way that you can relate to it so much, you can actually picture it happening in real life. And I feel like in adult contemporary romance, that doesn't happen very often. I feel like it's always kind of these over-the-top stories and events and ideas and characters that wouldn't actually happen, like a rom-com movie versus a book. And they're really, really fun, and they're really cute. But when I read a lot of YA contemporary romance, I have this sense of, wow, this can actually happen to me. I can have a happily ever chapter 2 maybe someday. When I read adult contemporary romance, I tend to more have the sense of, wow, I wish that would happen to me, but it never would. And so I want Anna and the French Kiss for adults. That's what I really want, because not all of us meet the love of our lives in high school. And so I want those books for adults. And I'm at Starbucks, and I'm going to order me some Starbucks. I'm getting my really unhealthy Frappuccino. Yeah. All right, I got my Frappuccino. It's awesome. Okay, so the next type of book that I want to exist is Own Voices Urban Fantasy. I really, really love urban fantasy. I've just been on this urban fantasy kick for a year or so now. And I have found that there are diverse urban fantasy books, and there are a couple own voices. I actually found one last month that I'm super excited about called The Iron Hunt, and it's going to be awesome. But I feel like and then I found other ones that have a main character who's a person of color or something, and I get really excited about it. And then I see that the author is not a person of color, and it's not own voices. And not that that's bad, but I really do want to see more urban fantasy which are own voices, because that's important. Next up, we have characters with disabilities, which I do talk about this often, but there's kind of a specific thing I am looking for. And one, I really want to see a character with a disability who is in a wheelchair, or maybe has to use braces, but they've had to their entire life. Most of the books with people with disabilities that I've read, either it's like blind or deaf or they're an amputee, which are all wonderful, and we totally need those stories. And or it was because of like some tragic accident in the middle of their life. And we totally need these stories. And I don't want to like say that these stories aren't good or important. But for me personally, I'm a person with disability who I've had it my entire life. And I see, and my experiences have been with like braces and walkers and wheelchairs. And I don't see that very often. And I feel like when it's a character who is like they had an accident happen to them, well, it's really good, and a lot of times I can relate to them. A lot of the emotions that they have toward it, I can't comment on a whole lot because I have no idea what it's like to be able to run and walk and jump and do all these things a quote-unquote normal person would do, and then suddenly have that taken away. That has always been my life, and so my emotions toward my disability are going to be very different, and I can't comment on when it happened to someone in the middle of their life. And so I really want to see a story about that, but then I also want to see the people in wheelchairs and with braces and walkers and stuff being like completely badass. I mean, I do have a couple ideas for my own stories I've been thinking about that I want to write about people with disabilities, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to read them as well. I really want to see them be total badasses, and I especially want to see it in fantasy. I mean, I could totally see it in contemporary too, and I like contemporary, but fantasy and urban fantasy are my favorite genres, and so I'm going to be much more drawn to a main character with a disability that I can relate to in a fantasy or urban fantasy than I will in a contemporary or a like really serious novel. And then I also want to see Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. I want it to be exactly the same without the problematic issues. Can we make that happen? That's what I want. That's what I really, really want in life. So there we go. Those are the books right now that I really, really wish existed. I want Anna and the French Kiss for adults. I want Own Voices urban fantasy. I want characters with disabilities who have had it from birth and or have braces, walker, wheelchair type of thing, and non-problematic fantasy. That's really dark and gross, because Nevernight is really dark and gross, but it's awesome. So there we go. I am going to tag a ton of people in this tag, but in my car, no, I'm going to forget somebody. So when I edit this, I'm just going to have a screen with all the people that I'm tagging and then have my end screen. So there we go. If you have ideas for books, or if you know of books that would fit in any of these things, please let me know down in the comments, because I will read the crap out of them. And if you have books that you wish existed and you want to contribute to the conversation, but for some reason I didn't tag you, go ahead and do the tag anyway, because I want to know. And if you do the tag, tell me in the comments and I will find your video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.